Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's actually not very cold out today. I can't look at the temperature right now because I'm uploading my Peterisms video on my phone. But I would have to guess it's in like the upper 40s, maybe the low 50s today. It has been so nice all day today. And I am in a fantastic mood. I am in such a good mood. As soon as I get done vlogging today, I am going to take a very long walk tonight. I'm so excited to listen to my audiobook. I'm going to try to finish the James Patterson book that I'm listening to, Fear No Evil, and then I'm going to start the next one. I have 5 more after the one that I'm listening to. Got to try to get them done this week. I got to try to get the James Patterson one. I've got so many books that I want to listen to on Audible that I want to listen to the Reese Witherspoon, Harlan Coben one. I want to listen to Correspondent. A couple of you guys mentioned that yesterday. A couple of people DM'd me about that, the Correspondent. The Dan Brown book. I really want to listen to that on Audible. And I have several props today. I have my Kindle, because I want to share with you some of my ASMR. I want to share with you some of my favorite apocalyptic books. I'm reading like one Christmas cozy mystery still, and then I am reading like 5 or 6 apocalyptic books. I read a chapter, switch books, read a chapter, switch books. I lay in bed and I'm like this. I love it. I'm so cozy. I am so addicted to the Kindle. I never thought I would. I can't look at the Weather Channel right now because it's uploading my video, but I can tell you what time it is. It's currently 5:42 p.m. And I have lots of props today. Well, I have my reading glasses. Do I have anything in this pocket? I have Kleenex. I also have another battery, in case the battery dies, in my inside pocket. Do you love an inside pocket? Can we just talk about that for a second? Like little things you love, but we never talk about. Like when I get a bag, I always carry like a messenger bag with me whenever I go out. It always has to have an inside pocket. It has to have a zipped inside pocket. Like, I have some bags that just have, like, where you just put your wallet in it, stuff like that. But I like where you can actually, like, put, like, receipts and keys and zip it up. Like, I love an inside pocket. In a coat, if I get a coat that what did I just buy recently? Well, that Patagonia pullover, obviously it's a pullover. That's orange. I love that, but it has no pockets in it. None whatsoever. And then the North Face pullover doesn't have pockets in it either, which I guess kind of makes sense for a pullover. But anyway, I still wish it had pockets in it. But I bought some coat. I can't remember which one it is. And maybe it's the coat epoxy one. No, I feel like those have inside pockets. But this one has like a real deep, do you see it? It's like a real deep inside pocket that you can hide secrets in. I can hide all my secrets and lies in my inside pocket, but I do love an inside pocket so much. There was something so random that I was thinking about last night, and I was like, oh, I should talk about this on my vlog. I think people would relate to it. I don't remember what it is. I'm sitting in this chair, by the way, because it's not dark outside yet. Here, you guys want to see? It's actually a pretty night. The sky is like pink and blue a little bit. It probably won't show up on camera, but you can see the sun has not come down yet. Look at that. Isn't that such a pretty sky? Indiana, dusk in winter. Anyway, moving on to more beautiful things. Moving on to more beautiful things. Okay, so I'm sitting in this chair because I know that it's going to get dark while I'm vlogging. So I just thought that it would be easier to sit out here. And since I'm sitting out here, I thought, well, why don't we do a candle pairing today? Oh my God, why don't we do a candle pairing today? So I have this candle right here. Oh, I also brought my reading glasses out. Did I already show this? Okay. So I brought my reading glasses out. So I have the cinnamon pine cone scented candle from Trader Joe's that I've been using. But you can see the wick is long. No worry about that. Snip, snip. Brought my candle trimmer with me. Have you ever seen, I use this every single night. You go, oh, there, hold on. But I usually, because you see it, it's like the candle turds and then they get stuck on there. So you got to have a paper towel to get them off. I didn't bring a paper towel with. Oh, you know what? Because see, this is what happened. Let me show you what happened, okay? Do you see it got on the table right there? Okay. That stuff right there on the table. Well, you're not. Okay, you're not looking. Look in the right place. Do you see? That stuff. Have you ever smeared that across the table or a counter? Okay, get straight here, table. Have you ever smeared that across the table or something? Here, I'll show you what it does. It is a mess, because I do have these Kleenex. Now watch, I'll have to use the Kleenex here in a second. Those little candle turd things, they streak the counter. No, they do though. Truly, don't call me Truly Brown. But they do. Okay, so we have the cinnamon pine cone scented candle. I don't think any of these candles go together, but I don't really care. Oh, and then I have my lighter. I just bought 2 new ones of these when I think it was when I was with Tanya Jean. I haven't opened them yet. They're still in the packets. These are my little, like, candle lighters that I love so much. Okay, please don't go out. Who is that driving down the street? Is that Laura? Don't go out. It looks like it might go out. I might have trimmed it too short. Okay, and then this candle. Oh, somebody sent me this candle. I can't remember who it was, Mandy or Marissa. Somebody sent me this candle just to prove to you that I do use things that people send me. Can we just talk about this candle? She's gone. She's almost gone. But she holds on like every night. Oh, this is a big candle turd. Sometimes I like to get the big, must be what like people are like when they pop their pimples. I feel like I've talked about this before on here, about the candle turds, but I don't think I call them that. But look at that one. That's like a big candle turd. You can't see it. Hold on a second. I'm going to show it to you. Look. Okay. This candle I keep on trimming, and every night she still holds on. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring her out. Ooh, this candle smells so good. Whoever sent this to me, blueberry cobbler. I thought I heard my neighbor walking over. It was my neighbor. By Barnwood Bliss Candles. This candle is so good. Smells like my blueberry crumble coffee, and I love it. So I think we're gonna wait and see if she dies tonight, okay? We don't want her to die, but she's at the very end, okay? Now the Trader Joe's candle, she's kind of holding on here a little bit. Now Tanya Jean got me this candle for my sobriety birthday. I think she got it on the Amazon. But anyway, it's by, oh, when I was in the car, I lost the lid. It went down the side of her car because I was smelling it. She could just leave it down there. It's probably down there with my fake fingernails. Anyway, it smells like a spa. I feel like it said on here the scent on the lid, and then I lost the lid. But it says, still hot and still sober. I'm so proud of you. I love that so much. So I thought we would bring out Tanya's special candle for my sobriety birthday tonight. Okay. Still hot, still sober. Okay. And then look at that. Now I don't know what to do with this. It scares me, because if it goes everywhere, then okay, we're just gonna leave that right there. Do you guys want to see the candle pairing? Okay, hold on a second. Let me move my phone over. I haven't shown you my coffee yet, so I can't. You gotta wait to see the specials. Okay, here we're gonna show you the candle pairing. Ooh, look at the candle pairing. Still haven't brought out the Christmas pillows yet. I think we're just gonna leave the summer pillows out there until next year. Actually, you know what? Do you guys remember I bought those pillows that are like frilly and they're like pink and blue? I think I'm going to use those for next summer. Oh, and then my coffee. This is like show and tell. I used to love show and tell when I was in kindergarten. I probably shared this story on here before. But there was this girl. Her name was Stacy. I think her dad was a Pacer player. I don't know. I just remember her last name. I should look up. I'm almost positive her dad was a Pacer player. But anyway, we were in kindergarten together. She had real long dark hair. She was real pretty. Anyway. Let me tighten this up. I'm afraid it's going to go down. Okay. But she always had the best toys. I don't remember what I brought to show and tell, but I feel like it was stupid. I feel like my show and tell was stupid. But anyway, I loved show and tell as a kid. I don't know why. That's so random, isn't it? What was your favorite? Well, that was kindergarten, right? I can see my kindergarten class because it had those dividers in it. And this is why I remember. Okay. So 2 things. I had the best kindergarten teacher in the entire life. Her name was Mrs. Van Dyne. I remember that. Because my mom used to say, I guess, like years later, she's since passed away, I'm sure. I mean, I was like, what, 5? And she was probably 55 at the time, so. I mean, she might be in her hundreds, who knows. But anyway, Mrs. Van Dyne was my kindergarten teacher. Let me tell you how, okay, we're so worried about this stuff today. Let me tell you about my kindergarten teacher. She probably saved my life. She was probably, you know, I talk about how I've had some bad teachers. She was probably one of the best teachers I ever had. Let me tell you about the coffee first. I was coming out here, I was like, I just want to tell stories of my life today. Like, I want to talk about the books I'm reading and TV shows I'm watching, but I also want to just tell stories of my life. I never thought I was going to talk about Mrs. Van Dyne today. But anyway, the coffee that I made today, I'm a mixologist. This is my LL Bean. Oh my God, there's an LL Bean right up by us and I haven't been to it yet. I'm gonna make Caroline go there on Wednesday. So this is my LL Bean coffee cup. I might get another one if they have one there. And this is the winter one. See, they're sledding. It's Linus, he's sledding. Anyway, this is the Cafe Bustelo, Dulce de Leche, and then I have one Splenda in it, one stevia in it, and then I have the caramel creamer in it. Should we try it and see what it tastes like? Okay. Oh! My mom, I understand it now. I didn't understand it. My mom used to get so excited about a cup of coffee. Oh my God. You guys, I'm telling you right now, that Cafe Bustelo is like the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life. Any of their flavored coffees, you know, like some flavored coffees are kind of weak. The Cafe Bustelo, like, it's still, oh, this is so good. That might be the best cup of coffee I've had in a week. Oh my God. I was laying in bed last night before I took my nap, and I was reading my Kindle. I was in my pajamas. Nikki was in her pajamas reading at home. I said, we are cozy twins. I texted her and said, my favorite thing is laying in bed reading my Kindle now. It is. I will end a TV show to go to bed, like a half an hour, an hour early when I go to bed in the morning, so I can lay in bed and read my Kindle. This morning I was reading my Kindle, this new book that I downloaded yesterday. It's about this mom that moves her daughters to the country. She went through a real bad divorce, and her husband married this guy married this girl that was like 20. It's a typical midlife crisis, but some stereotypes are based on truth. It is so true though. But anyway, and she moves them out of the country, and there's chickens and stuff like that. It sounds real nice, doesn't it? And it's a zombie apocalypse book. I can't wait. The zombie apocalypse hasn't happened yet. But they did, like, on the news, they're talking about this new virus outbreak and stuff like that. I haven't got to that part yet. She's talking about chickens in the yard and her daughter, Hillary. Has anybody read this book? I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you what it is in a second. But anyway, my teacher, Mrs. Van Dyne. So there was this girl named Stacy in my class. I don't feel like maybe her dad traded teams or something. I don't remember her, like, I just remember her like in kindergarten and first grade. I don't remember her past that. She must have moved. I wonder where Stacy is today. Why do I kind of remember her last name though? I remember the weirdest things. I do. Like, I have, like, people, Tanya's like, you, and Caroline too. Caroline's like, I don't remember anything. Caroline don't remember anything before she was 17, I swear. But Tanya and Caroline are always like, you remember everything. Like, you have a memory of steel. I remember weird things is what I remember. Like, I can't remember, like, song lyrics, some of them. Well, some I can. Like if I sang them a million times, but, which I do. I kill a song like nobody's business, but what I can't, oh, this lady's walking by here again. She got to meet Otis and Walter earlier. She was like, they're so sweet. She got this neon, this is what I need. She got this neon green coat on that just lights up in the neighborhood. She's doing the walking that I do. She's doing the power walking. That's what I love to do, the power walking. I used to make fun of it. Now I just kind of naturally do it when I walk. It feels better. And I like to walk up hills too, because I feel like I'm getting my legs built that way. But anyway, so, I can't, somebody asked me on a Q&A I did the other day, or maybe they asked me in the vlog. They said, do you prefer to walk in the winter, the spring, or the summer? And at first I was kind of like, well, that's a dumb question. Of course I like to walk in the summer, but that's not true. Do you know what my favorite time to walk is really the spring or the fall? Because it's cooler outside. Like, you can wear like a t-shirt and like, just like I could wear one of those pullovers, and now, because it's just cool enough in the evening, even late at night. Winter, the weather is just like, even when it rains in the spring, like I don't mind, like if you saw my pictures on Instagram last year, like I was walking a lot in the rain. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind walking in the rain because it wasn't like cold. Early summer is not bad, but like July and August, this last summer was so hot. Sometimes I would walk and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so out of breath just from walking. Like, it was too much. I think spring, and I thought it was actually a good question then, and I was like, oh, it is a good question. Spring and fall. I don't like to walk in the winter. Like, well, today is like a perfect day. Oh, my video's up. I can tell you the temperature. Okay, well, it's not up, but it's uploaded. I have to publish it still. Okay, let me tell you what the temperature is today. It's 47 and it's clear. See, this is perfect walking weather. But anyway, so this girl Stacy was in my class. I don't remember how it came up. I mean, it was kindergarten. I don't remember. Do y'all remember kindergarten? He's lying. He doesn't remember kindergarten. I remember the sentiment. I remember that I can see it in my head because she would always. So we would do show and tell, and then we would have nap time. And we had nap, like when you walked into the room, I can see myself walking in the room, and there was like the main room with the chalkboard, and then there was the back part of the room where it was like one of those things that the teacher would like pull, and it separated the room into halves. And that back area was like the art area and stuff like that. The front part of the room was where we would all have like our like, remember we would have those nap pads and stuff that you would like lay down on the floor and take a nap? Do they still do that in kindergarten? That sounds like such a weird concept to me now, but like that we all took naps in school. That's how school should be, I think. I would have aced every class if we had taken naps in school. Oh my God. Oh my God, what are you taking 5th period? Nap. Anyway, but we would do show and tell. And this girl, Stacy, she always had the best toys. Okay. First thing she had was a Cher doll. Now, this was a Cher. You got to remember, this is like the Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves Cher, okay? This was like the Cher of my youth, okay? When she had the real long hair and she was with Sunny and stuff like that. So she had the Sunny, I think it was the Barbie doll that she had. I always get this confused because she also had one of those, I looked it up a while ago, and it was like, I wanted one of these things so bad. Like, my mom and dad bought me every toy, every doll I wanted, they did not care. The gender stuff, they didn't care about that. My dad bought me more dolls than I think my mom did. My mom always would say, this just means you're gonna be a great dad someday. My dad straight up knew it. He was like, just give Peter all the dolls, let him dress him up. We would go to friends' houses, and I always wanted, like, the friends that had the best, I knew all of my parents' friends whose kids had, the daughters had the best Barbie dolls. And like, I look back on this, and like, the kids wouldn't be at home, they'd be with like their dad for the weekend or whatever. And my mom's friend would be like, oh, she wouldn't care if you played with her Barbies. Like, I think everybody knew I was gay before I was. But anyway, I would do fashion shows, and I loved those Barbie boxes that had the little weak metal thing on it, and then you would open them. They were like this deep, and you would open them on either side, and they were just stuffed full of clothes, and then just naked Barbie dolls. And I would do fashion shows with them and stuff like that. Oh my God, I know how to rock down the runway. I loved Barbies. You know what's weird about that is, I had a lot of dolls. I had Cabbage Patch dolls. I had all kinds of dolls growing up. I had the Baby Alive that you fed and it pooped. I had all that kind of stuff. But oh my God, I have this one picture. My mom had it framed in the living room forever. I don't know where I put it. I didn't put it away because I was embarrassed of it. I just, like, when I redid the pictures in the living room, like, a lot of pictures were of me and stuff, so I just took them down. But it was me in our first apartment here in Indianapolis, and I'm, like, in this, like, white t-shirt and short. I'm just muddy. Like, the kids have been playing in the creek or something. And I'm, like, holding this Baby Alive. Do you guys remember those Baby Alives? And it was, like, this naked Baby Alive doll, and I'm holding, like, her arm, and her hair was just, like, matted blonde, and I'm just holding her, and it's this picture of me like in the woods, because we had this woods behind, well, the house that I grew up in, but also these apartments that we lived in. I don't know what they're called now. They were called Brendan Way apartments back in the day when I grew up. They're off of 465 in Shadeland. If you're going south on 465 right by Shadeland, they're to the right. There's apartments to the left and the right. They're to the right. And if you look right to the right at the apartments that are sitting there, that was literally our apartment. Hey, how are you? Oh my God, I've got so many things I gotta tell you.
Oh my gosh. Can we get lunch?
Yeah, let's do lunch.
Totally.
Okay, it's good seeing you. Hey, how are you? Everybody's out tonight. I know. You too. That was my friend down the street that she knows about my stir thing and all this kind of stuff. I got things I gotta tell her. But anyway, I feel like it's getting really dark out here already because I can hardly see them on the street. But I hope it's not. I have the door open and I have the lights on, so I hope it's not too dark out here. But anyway, this Stacy girl, I've told the story so many times, people are probably tired. They're like, Peter, just tell the story so you can get on to the next story. So she had the best toys. Okay, so I think it was like a Cher Barbie that she had real long hair. I used to love those Barbies that were like from Hawaii or something like that. I'd whip their hair in the pool and stuff like that and make them do dives. I did have those Barbie dolls. But I didn't have like the Barbie collection. I didn't like collect Barbie dolls in their clothes. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't do that. Probably because, and Caroline didn't either. Caroline and I collected the Fisher-Price people. Caroline and I always played Fisher-Price. And I would like bring all my Fisher-Price stuff over to her house and vice versa. And we would sit on the carpet. I mean, I remember, Caroline does remember this. And first oh my God, this is the woman in the green jacket again. She's just walking through this neighborhood like 3 times. She looks like a serious walker. Maybe she just moved in the neighborhood. I've never seen her before. I mean, I see all these people when I'm out walking, and I've never seen her before. And she's just walking this neighborhood. I wonder, I mean, I met her up close because she came to see the dogs. She looked like she was about my age. They just sold like 3 condos in here. I'm wondering if maybe she moved in here and I just don't know who she is. Anyway, so Caroline and I, we would like organize all the people together, all the cars, all the houses, all that kind of stuff, the furniture. And then I would pick a person, she would pick a person. I would pick a person, I would pick a house, she'd pick a house. I'd pick a car, do you know how that goes? Okay. Then we would set it all up, and then I feel like we were just done. Like, we wouldn't really, like, that was just what we did. I don't know why I remember doing that as a kid, though, but we loved the Fisher-Price people. And then I had it all. I had the barns, I had, like, everything. The houses, the apartments, all the Fisher-Price. The two things I loved as a kid were the Fisher-Price people and the Richard Scarry books. Do you guys remember the Richard, is that how you pronounce it? Where it would be like, you would read it, and then it would be like a picture of a cow, and it would say a cow, and then like a farmer. I loved those books. My mom, she would like point to it and have me like say the word. I loved those books. But when David was young, they had stopped making a lot of the original Fisher-Price stuff. And our stuff, like Caroline and I stuff, was like perfect, in perfect condition. I do remember my mom calling me and being like, do you care if I give David, Caroline's son, all your Fisher-Price stuff? And I was like, no, I should have kept that stuff. It's probably worth a fortune today. I think Caroline probably gave it away somewhere. Who cares? I hope somebody's enjoying it today. But anyway, we had like, I mean, literally like an entire town between Caroline and I. But anyway, Stacy, old Stacy, in kindergarten class, I could see her. She'd roll on, she kind of reminded me of Cher a little bit, but kindergarten, but any kindergarten version Cher. She had this Cher Barbie doll, but then she had one of those Farrah Fawcett, like do your makeup and the hair and things, but it was just like from here on the neck up. They're called Glam or something. I looked it up a couple years ago when I was talking about it on here. They are worth so much now, like out of the box. I wanted one of those so bad. And I can remember, like, I must have said something to the teacher, or the teacher could kind of tell or something, but the teacher asked Stacy. This happened more than once. And so while they were napping, I can remember the teacher, like, bringing me back, like, so the other kids wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be embarrassed by the other kids. I feel like she told my mom. I think my mom kind of knew about it, too. But, she, like, brought me to the back of the class, and, like, Stacy was like, yeah, you can play with my, whatever. And I remember playing with that Farrah Fawcett thing. I mean, that, like, that, in retrospect, that's, like, really cool. Like, that my teacher was like, I don't know, that she just saw this need in me. I mean, I had a lot of teachers that I felt like shamed me for being different or didn't defend me. But, like, to go to those lengths, and I knew, I mean, like, later I knew this woman. Like, I mean, I didn't know her, but, like, she lived in our town. Like, she was a mother, she was a grandmother. I mean, she was just a really good woman. I mean, I can see her in my head. She looked like everybody's grandma, you know? And to, like, I don't know, just to see this kid in kindergarten and take him back and let him play with these toys that, I mean, that would have been 78, like 1977, 78, that gender-wise, everybody would have looked down on. I don't know. I'm so grateful for my parents. They just didn't give a shit about that stuff. They just really didn't, you know? Like, I don't know. Today's my stepmom's birthday. Happy birthday! I was texting her earlier. I was like, I said, are you doing anything exciting? She just laughed. She's like, I'm ordering cheesecake from Hula Hands. It's better than Cheesecake Factory. Nobody can tell me different, and it lasts forever. I said, oh my God, I haven't had Hula Hands in forever. And then I started thinking I wanted to order food tonight. I do, though. Noodles and Company sounds so good tonight. I'm so excited to just read and watch TV shows. I am so into Vera. Oh my God, I started the second season. All of you that recommended Vera to me, I love it. I love it so much. I'm so into Vera, and the other show that somebody recommended to me, Departure, I watched the second episode last night. I'm trying to kind of like, I've got so many shows to review. Okay, 1,000 Pound Sister starts tomorrow, so that'll be Wednesday. I've got like 10 shows that I finished. I've got Stranger Things, I've got Malice, I've got all these shows to review on my TV watches. So I can kind of like, I mean, there's shows I want to watch that are trending right now. There's some like true crime. That Jodi Hildebrandt, and who's the other one? Who is texting me? Hold on a second. Jodi Hildebrandt, and what's that bad mom woman? I covered the first documentary. There's a new documentary on Netflix. It's like an hour and a half long. So I'll probably watch that. I might watch that. She is firing the text messages at me. I might watch that tonight and cover that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have any shows to take notes on tonight. So when I get done vlogging, I'm gonna take my walk. I'll probably order something to eat tonight. When Alex came in, I said, did you eat lunch today? He said, no. And I said, are you hungry? He goes, what do you want to get? He's always hoping I'll say Cheesecake Factory. I haven't really gotten Cheesecake Factory in forever because the stuff that I like from Cheesecake Factory doesn't really keep. So I like to order, like if I'm gonna order something, I like to order it and then like I got Piatti the other night, but I ate all of it. Noodles and Company I can keep for a couple days. Do you know what I mean? But like the stuff I get from Cheesecake Factory, first of all, and then I'll have to get cheesecake because my stepmom's already been talking about it today. Now Cheesecake Factory does kind of sound good. Oh, that coffee is so good. So anyway, wasn't that fantastic of that teacher? Wasn't that so nice? I don't know, it's the small things in life, right? So, last night, oh, Alex and I watched the Knives Out movie last night. Oh my God, she just keeps on texting me. Girl. Girl. Whenever I do, okay, like everything that I have has a reference to something else. So, my first boyfriend... I have this friend of mine, okay? I think it was not too long ago that I talked about my ex, Jack, that passed away years ago. Oh, Jack. Jack was an artist, photographer, painter. But anyway, I met him through this girl that I'm still friends with today. She lives in Florida now. She's lived everywhere. She and my old roommate that lives in Berlin, they moved from here to Los Angeles together, and they moved in an apartment in Los Angeles together. Okay. She is hilarious, okay? Well, when I was with my first boyfriend after I got sober, she came and stayed with us for like a week. It was way too long. It was way too long. But anyway, she stayed with us for like a week. Well, she's sleeping on the couch. We had a one-bedroom apartment. So she's sleeping on the couch. And I knew this about her, but she had to go to bed with white noise on TV. So she would turn it to like, this is back in the day before like streaming services and stuff. Like she would turn it to a channel. Do you remember people used to do this? She would turn it to a channel that had like just like white noise, like snow, you know, because she could only sleep to snow. Well, my ex, this is my first boyfriend after I got sober, God love him. He worked like 3 jobs. He worked at a gym, and then he did room service at the Marriott. Oh my God, he always brought me the best desserts. They were so good. He brought me like a styrofoam one of those boxes, and it would have like carrot cake, tiramisu. It'd have like 4 pieces. Oh my God, I loved when he did room service. Which incidentally, if you have not heard about the stalker that we had, it was also where we met the stalker that we had to go to court and file a restraining order against. Oh my God, that was the weirdest thing. Have you guys heard that story before? I don't want to tell these stories I've repeated a million times, but that whole thing was so weird. Anyway. But she was staying, so he had like 3 jobs. He worked this like business kind of job, and then he worked at the gym sometimes. And then oh, there's Walter. Well, hi, Mr. Walter. His little hair's getting so fuzzy. Otis, like, I'm looking for different groomers, and so I was like, well, I kind of like Walter's hair kind of fuzzy and stuff like that. And Alex is like, yeah, but he can, you know, just like get him washed and get a nail trim and stuff. But like just in the last couple days, like this hair up here is kind of like getting like a lion a little bit. So I think I'm going to get him trimmed a little bit too. But anyway, so he was like, my first boyfriend was very quiet and very kind of like scared, not scared, but like just very quiet about stuff. Like if he upset, he'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry kind of thing, right? And so he like, he told me this later because he was like, oh my God, I was so worried about it. There's this woman walking by again. If this is like her 5th time walking by here, she has got to live in this neighborhood. She's got this neon jacket on. I need to get one of those neon jackets. You know I'm going to be looking online tonight for neon walking jackets. It looks warm too. I don't know if it's glow in the dark, if it's just green, but I love it. Anyway, so she's sleeping on the couch. She's got her eye thing on, covering her eyes and whatever. And he comes in there and I remember, I can see him like acting it out. He's like, I literally went over the TV and it was so low and it was on snow and I just shut it off. Well, he shuts off this TV and like out of nowhere, she's like, she said the word girl like 1,000 times a day. So she goes, out of her sleep, girl, what are you doing? Girl, turn that TV back on. It like straight out of the deepest sleep ever, she lost her mind. It's like when I talk about Toddy Westbrook having the Holy Ghost, I'm like, girl, he's gonna get us, girl. That's like straight up, like I can see him telling me that story. He's like, oh my God, she was so upset with me. She was like, turn that TV back on. Walter is so interested in my plastic Birkenstocks. I have my Ugg boots on right now. He keeps on walking over to them and smelling them and walking away. They are such the sweetest dogs. I love them so much. Anyway, that was so funny. But why did I, was I, oh, because I said girl. It's fun to say girl, isn't it? I'm so upset about Shetland. Can I just tell you, can they just release all 6 episodes? Like, I just want to watch Shetland so bad right now. Like, why do I have to wait 6 weeks to watch a stupid show? I'm like so ready to watch it right now. The camera stopped. Have I really been talking for 30 minutes already? I'm in such a good, I think the weather, like I do like the snow and stuff like that. It's kind of fun. I have to be honest with you. I don't like taking the dogs out in the snow because then it's like little wet footprints everywhere. And I just leave it for like 3 days and then we like mop up the floors and we leave it for another 3 days. But like, I love the snow. It's pretty and stuff like that. But I'm like ready for like spring weather and the pool opening and stuff. I feel like my neighbors, we've all been talking about it lately about the pool opening. They'll all forget me. Well, not Laura, but everybody else will forget me when summer comes around. Cheers. So last night, Alex and I watched the new Knives Out movie, which we've been talking about watching for like 3 days. I was talking to Tanya. I came inside. He had the TV on. He had popcorn made. He goes, are you ready to watch this movie? Because I don't think he really wanted to watch it that bad. But he was being a really sweet husband. I go, okay. So I said, Tanya, I got to get off the phone. She started laughing. She goes, that movie's no good. I go, Tanya, don't ruin it for me. She goes, it was so boring. So we watched the Knives Out movie last night. Well, about 30 minutes into it, Alex is sitting up, right? Eating his popcorn. About 30 minutes into it, he gets the blanket out. He lays down on the couch. The dogs come up on him. I'm like, he is going to be so out. Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. I thought he is going to be so falling asleep. He made it till the very end, but just barely. But anyway, he was sweet. I said he thought it was boring. He thought it was really slow. It was slow. The other two, he was like, it's so much slower than the other two. I have to tell you, I did my whole review on my movie channel today, but I'll tell you, I really liked it. I really liked the pacing of it. I liked that it was kind of slow. It reminded me of a BritBox show, even though it takes place in England, or it takes place in New York. I really liked it. I like Daniel Craig in anything, so. But anyway, then after that, what did we do? I feel like we watched something. Oh, no. Oh, he asked me if I wanted to watch another movie. We actually didn't get started on it till late. And he was like, do you want to watch another movie? Because I said, like, we were talking about Frankenstein. I said, babe, I can't, like, I won't be able to take a nap. So he goes, okay. So I was like, I'm going to go take a nap. So I went and took a nap. And then he went upstairs. I said, are you staying down here? He goes, no, I'm going to come upstairs. He started watching the TV show Spartacus. I don't think he loves that. He only got like 2 episodes. He got to the 2nd episode. He was like, went to bed. Because I like woke up and he was like, I said, are you going to bed? He goes, yeah, because I'm not really into this. He loves those kind of shows. Like 300 is one of his favorite movies. He loves those kind of like, I don't like those old timer, or maybe it's Gladiator. That's his favorite movie. I don't know. I don't like those movies. But anyway, he said he's going to watch the 3rd season or 2nd season of Tell Me Lies is getting ready to come out. So he's thinking about rewatch. I said, there's so many good shows. He goes, they're all on my list. He can watch it. He and Mel, oh my God. Mel and Alex, like I think Mel has seen Dexter. She just walked by here again the other way. She must live here somewhere down there. My neighbors are out there doing something. But Mel has watched Dexter so many times, and You. Alex has watched You over and over. He and Mel have like, and he loves Dexter. They have the same, they text each other about these shows. They have the same interest in TV shows, and they watch the same TV shows over and over and over again. Which, did you know, is a sign of high intellect? I read that the other day on the Instagram. And if it's on the Instagram, then it must be true. But I just feel like there's so many shows. I can't believe that one, that Trader Joe's candle hasn't gone out yet. Is this candle, is it burnt down yet completely? I have gotten so much worth out of this candle. It's down to the very bottom. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like, oh, it smells like blueberry pie and that blueberry crumble coffee mixed into one. Heaven. I'm in heaven. Anyway, so I laid down and took a nap when I got up. Oh, I read before my nap. And then when I got up, I read a little bit more, listened to some of my audiobook. What is this one about? This Fear No Evil? Why can I, these James Patterson books. I like the last one. Deadly Cross. How far am I into this one? Oh, I've got an hour and 50 minutes left of this. Fear No Evil. Why can't I remember what this is about? I just listened to it. What is a Christmas book being? Christmas Ever After. No, I'm good. I got one Christmas book. Title details. Caught in a web of... Oh! I read this last night. This is where they go to Montana. John Sampson, his wife just died in the last one. And then, is it M? M is back. And then he's trying to like he's telling John Sampson that Billy died. Billy was his wife. I don't know why they killed Billy off. It doesn't make any sense to me. But Billy died of like Lyme disease, or that she got bit by an insect or something. Hey, she got bit she was like I can't see the street. They're like walking in the dark now. Got killed by like being bit by an insect or something. I was so confused by it. And then he's like, but I have to find out. And now they're in Montana, but they brought their passports in case they have to go to Mexico. And Bree, Alex, this is what I don't like about the later books, is that there's like 3 things going on at the same time. And then it's always, you gotta talk about the kids' sports. I don't care about the kids' sports. I said that to Mel. I was so blown away. I said, Mel, I do not care about Janie and Damon's their track meets. And she's like, that's the kind of stuff I'm really interested in, because I did that stuff in high school. Maybe it's because I wasn't interested in sports in high school, but it's so boring to me. And now Ali, the youngest son, he wants to be a detective like Alex Cross. Well, really, that was because then they did the spin-off series. He has his own spin-off series by James Patterson. I'm not going to be reading those. And somebody just told me the new Alex Cross book comes out in February. Seriously? Oh my God. I haven't even gotten through the 34. Somebody just commented on my video the other day. I don't know which channel it was. All the comments just kind of blend together. But they said, all my videos just blend together. But they said, it's a true story, it is. When people say, he talks about the same thing. Well, I do. I can't help it. Just like one big vlog. So anyway, but somebody said, I finished, whoever you are, God love you, because I wanted to so bad and I didn't. They finished all 34 books by December 31st. That was my goal. But I'm going to finish these books. Mel's waiting on all of them from the library. She can't even listen to them yet because she's waiting on them from the library. She's like, I'd listen to them if they were at the library, because she reads them or she listens to them on the library app thing. Oh, I was wondering why my phone wasn't going off, because I hit the display light on never going off for when I'm reading receipts. That way I don't have to open my phone 50 times. Anyway. So, I want to start reading the Deja Dead books too, by Kathy Reichs. So, because I've got to read the first 2 for January. And the Cozy Mystery Book Club. I got a lot of books to read this month. But anyway, got up, listened to some of that book. Oh, Bree's in Paris. She quit her job at the police station. Some of this stuff just don't. I mean, like, people just don't quit their jobs that need their jobs. Like, let's just be for real, okay? I don't even know what Alex Cross does at this point. He's a therapist that gets recruited by the FBI and the police department sometimes. How does he get a paycheck? I don't understand, okay? What does she do? I don't know. But his wife, Bree, who is so boring, she's got no character in the storyline whatsoever. She goes in, okay, so this was in the last book. I think this was in the last book, or was it in this book? She told Alex something about it got back to a reporter, and then the reporter asked the question, why do I feel like this was with the vice president in the last book? All the books are just going right together to me. I mean, but anyway, her police sergeant said, you need to pick between me and your husband. And she goes, well, that's an easy choice. I resign. Oh, then she got a better job with the international police. Do they have a name? Or is it, I think it's the International Spy Coalition or something. And now she's in Paris. So that it's narrated with all these French accents. It's so bad. The books are so bad. I mean, I like that I'm reading them because it's fun to read a whole series, but they're just, like, this whole 2-3 chapters, she's at this dinner in France, and it's all just about the food. I'm like, girl, don't nobody give a shit about you. They don't care about you being in France. Nobody cares about what creamy fettuccine you're eating in Paris. Nobody cares. I don't even know what's going on with. She is solving some case. And then they're solving another case. And then they almost couldn't go to Montana. And Janie was so pissed because she wanted to hike the hills. I'm just over it all. I just need to finish these books. I just need to finish these books. So there I am, wiping down the kitchen counters and folding laundry in the basement while I'm listening to these. My neighbor's walking back and forth. I can see the shadow. About to scare the hell out of me. That's the only shadow knows. Anyway, I'm cleaning up everything I can just so I can keep on listening to this audiobook. So then I'm like, okay, enough of this. Oh, I watched Sister Wives and took my notes last night. Actually, last night was the finale of Sister Wives. I didn't know that. Apparently, there was another episode of Sister Wives, but they deleted it, or I don't know. They're not going to air it. It ended weird for being a finale. I will say that. Next week is the one-on-ones. Okay, last season was 28 episodes. This was the 15th episode with and it's 2 one-on-ones, not 4, which means it's only 17 episodes. That's 11 episodes shorter than it. I mean, and the season before that was 24 episodes. What's going on with Sister Wives? Like, I don't know if they're going to, like, do the one-on-ones and then show the rest of season 20, or if season 21 is going to come right out. I don't really understand what's going on with it. And TLC really hasn't said. I look through TLC's Instagram, because that's usually, they'll say, like, watch the finale with us. I look through their Facebook. They didn't say anything about it being the finale. I didn't know it was the finale until I started seeing people online saying stuff about it. So I took my Sister Wives notes last night, and then I watched Season 2, Episode 1 of Vera. Oh! That show is so good. It is so good. But I was really sad. Somebody leaves the show in Season 2, Episode 1. Oh, they're leaving. Where are they going? Anyway, so I watched that, and then... Yeah, I was late by that point when I got done with that. Each episode's an hour and a half. I love that Vera show so much. Oh my God. And then I watched an episode and a half, I think, of Departure. I don't know the person's name. It's their Instagram account's a dog. I love their dog though. But I don't know their real name. And they recommended Departure to me, and I recommended that to Tanya and to Nikki today because I'm obsessed with that show. It is so good. If you liked Hijack, you would love this show. It's about this plane that goes down in the ocean, and they're trying to figure out if it was like a bombing or what it is. It's really, really good. And it kind of like reveals a little bit more. I thought at first it would be cheesy like Manifest, but it's not. It's like, it's not as like conspiratorial as Manifest. Like Manifest was weird. I loved it that it was weird, but it was kind of corny too. This is more on the level of Hijack, but not on like, well, actually the woman that plays like the lead investigator on it was on Hijack. I love this woman. Archie something is her name. She's fantastic. She's been in a bunch of stuff that I've watched. But it's like the same, I would say, level of drama and thriller as Hijack, but not as well developed. And Idris Elba. I mean, come on now. Idris Elba. Whew. Whew. He is so fantastic looking and such a great actor. Okay. So then I got into bed. Walter's doing this thing now that's, he's done it for a while, and I don't know, it makes me kind of sad for him. Like, you can tell about, I would say about 4:30 in the morning, like they are so in my schedule, but about 4:30 in the morning, Otis will sleep next to me forever. Walter will jump down, and at first I think he has to go potty. So I'll take him out, go potty, bring him back in. Otis wants to come right back up on the ottoman. If Otis comes up there, Walter follows everything that Otis does. So Otis will come up, he'll go up like that, so I bring him up. They're crying a lot now. They're not, they have not fully developed their barks, but they have learned to cry. Otis has learned to cry. And now everything that Otis wants, he cries for. Mostly at Alex, which is kind of funny. But anyway, so I'm kind of surprised this hasn't gone to the halfway mark yet. Where are we at? 43 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay. Now watch, it'll go to the halfway mark now any second. Or the battery will go down any second. So anyway, so I brought Walter up. Well, Walter stays up there for like 2 seconds. He just stands. They have figured out the mirror and the window now. So they're not weird about the mirror and the window. But every once in a while, he'll just stare at the window. So then he kind of looked back at me, and then he jumped down. Well, if he comes to the right side of me, like if I'm sitting in the chair like this, if he comes to this side of me, that means he wants to come up. When he comes to the left side of me, it usually means he wants to go outside or he wants to go down to his house. Otis will go down to his house and sit in the house by himself. Otis will walk right downstairs. If we're watching TV, I'll be like, where's Otis? It's very much like Boo Radley. Walter loves to be in his house. They're great. Walter loves to be down there. He will not go down there without Otis. He'll run up and down there during the day, but I keep the light on. He'll run up and down there during the day, but Walter won't go in there and sit just by himself unless Otis is in there. Otis will go in there and sit by himself. Like, if I go do laundry, I always keep the door open. So their house is to the right. Like, you go down the stairs. It's like, it's not in the basement. Like, you go down the stairs, and then it's all slate floor. It's like an entryway to the basement. And their crate is right to the right. It's like a big crate. It's like 4 feet by probably 3 feet, and then 3 feet wide. And so it sits in like this little area back in there. And then it has like a blanket over it, and has like their beds and stuff in it and stuff like that. It's real cozy. Well, when I leave like the laundry room door open, I'm folding laundry and stuff, Otis will sit in his little bed in there and he'll just watch me. Sometimes, like, the one day he came in and he sat in the blanket in the laundry room, was so cute. But Walter will just, like, walk around the basement. He gets to see what you guys all want. He gets to see the basement. He just wanders around the basement. But Otis loves to just sit in his house. Well, Walter does too, but Walter won't go down there by himself. I don't know why. So the 2 words that they know are house and sleepy. I know. Let's go to your house, go sleepy, is what I say. So as soon as I say, so if Walter's to my side, like I just taken him out, and this was like 5 minutes later, that he's over to he jumps down, he's over to my side. I go, do you want to go sleepy? He's like this. So I'm like, come on, and then Otis jumps down. As soon as I stand up, Walter's running downstairs. Gotta give him a little treat before they go in their house. He's running down. I mean, he wanted to go to sleep in his house, but he won't go down there by himself. I don't understand it. Otis will. Otis goes down there all the time, but Walter won't. I don't know. Maybe he's scared down there by himself. I don't know. But anyway, he's kind of scared of his, I mean, like, we can be, like, outside, like, a tree, the wind will blow a tree, and Walter's like, what's that? Otis is like, he is not bothered at all. Walter's my little baby. He is. Otis is definitely the alpha dog out of the 2 of them. It's so cute to see them together, because Walter's so much taller than Otis, but, like, Otis is like this, like, I run the house, and Walter's just kind of like, what are we doing, Otis? What are we doing? They're so sweet. So anyway, and then I went upstairs and I read in my Kindle. Okay, I want to uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I want to read to you. I am obsessed with my Kindle. I'm obsessed with it. You have no idea how obsessed I am with this. I'm obsessed. Like, literally. I'm obsessed. Okay. Okay, so these are, well, first of all, I'm reading Mona Marple's Christmas Corpse. Well, you can't really see it because the light's so, but I'm not turning down the light because God knows I'll never probably get it down. Okay, or get it back up. I've had to learn this thing. So I'm reading Mona Marple's Christmas Corpse, okay? And I'm at 58%. I love this book so much. So it's a it's a Christmas cozy mystery about this woman that goes to live in Candy Cane Hollow. Well, her car goes into a snowdrift and then she almost falls asleep and Mrs. Claus saves her. So she goes to Candy Cane Hollow to get repaired, to get fixed up, and she stays with the Clauses. Yes, it is Santa Claus, she finds out. And then the doctor's secretary, Persephone, is killed by poisoned mince pie. And so she decides she's going to stay around and solve the murder. I love it. It's so well done. Oh my God. And can I just tell you right now what I loved about it the other day when I was reading it? I was laying in bed. Because you never know with like cozy mysteries and stuff like that. They'll surprise you. Because you think you're reading like, oh, it's a cozy mystery. It might be a little like conservative or whatever. You know, really, cozy mystery writers really are not. So I'm reading this the other day. And the main character, why can't I think of her name? Was her name Holly? I cannot think of her name. Why can't I think of her name? Hold on a second. You're talking about, hold on a second. Why can't I think of her name? Holly, yes. Of course, what other name would it be? She's asking Mrs. Claus, she's like 85, right? She's asking Mrs. Claus about Persephone because, Persephone, is that her name? Yeah. She said she was getting married. And she's like, Mrs. Claus was like, no, she wasn't dating anybody. She wasn't in a relationship. And Holly's like, I loved the way that she dealt with this in a Christmas cozy mystery book, okay? And she was like, well, would she have possibly been dating somebody that she had to keep it a secret? And Mrs. Claus is like, and Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus, whose name is Nick, okay, but he's the acting Santa Claus. His dad was like the real Santa Claus. They're like confused. They're like, why would she need to keep it a secret? And she's like, well, maybe she was like dating. Well, first of all, she goes through this whole thing like maybe she was dating like somebody that was divorced or that was married, and they're like, oh no, we don't have affairs in Candy Cane Hollow. That doesn't happen. And she's like, well, maybe is dating somebody that just recently got divorced, and she's like, the last divorce we had was like 12 years ago or something like that. And then she's like, widowers with young kids, and they're like, no, we don't have any widowers here. And she's like, well, maybe she was in a relationship that she needed to keep it a secret. And Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are like, why would she be in a relationship where she needed to keep it a secret? And she's like, well, what if she was dating a woman and like she didn't want anybody to know? And Mrs. Claus is like, why would she want to keep that a secret? And Nick is like, yeah, why would anybody care? And Holly's like, well, because maybe she was ashamed of, being gay. And Mrs. Claus is like, why would she be ashamed of that? It is dealt with in such a fantastic way in this cozy mystery book. Like, they're like, why would anybody care about that? Like, and they even say, they don't say love is love, but it's very much that sentiment of like it doesn't even go, it's not like overkill, like let's kill a point, like, that is what I loved about this, okay? It's just like, why would anybody make an issue about that if she was in love with a woman? Like, why is that even an issue? Like, it was so well done in this book. I was like, oh my God, I love this, because that's sometimes, like, that is real life. That's when you see true acceptance, right? Like, there's no point that needs to be done and stuff like that. Like, a lot of people are talking about this, like, coming out scene in Stranger Things. I think what people forget is that it's 1987 or 88 in the movie, right? I think they graduate in 1989. It's like 18 months later, so 87, 88. I had to sit my friends down and come out to them. I felt like that was necessary. Like, I felt like we did that back then. Like, I sat my parents down and came out to them. I was scared to death of that. Like, literally, I was terrified to come out to my closest friends I'd ever had in my entire life and say I was gay. It was terrifying to me. That was, like, we can say what we want to say. Like, I think, like, me watching the show, it felt like weird timing for me in the show. But I think the scene is so pivotal because I think people forget. I still can't believe the battery hasn't gone the halfway mark yet. I think people forget, or people weren't alive during that time. That's what it was like. And the reason why we were scared about it was because, first of all, we weren't willing to accept it ourselves on some level. We had been called horrible names for being effeminate or masculine or whatever for years and years and years. And so then all of a sudden, we're like, and yes, all that was true, which is why I've said I felt like my bullies like stole my coming out experience for me. I couldn't even own it myself because they've been saying that for years about me. And then all of a sudden you have to sit down and you don't know, like, I mean, I had a friend of mine one time that I invited over my apartment to a party, and it was like the first time she had hung out with like all my gay friends and stuff like that. I've told this story on here before. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna come over, but she was like, but if I see anybody kissing or anything, they're gonna have to stop in front of me. Girl, we ended up taking her out to a drag show that night. This is not my friend I grew up with. She was always friendly to the gays, and she had birthday parties at drag bars and stuff like that. But this one friend, she was like, I don't know why I was so scared or weirded out by it. She ended up saying that. That was 1991 or 1992 and stuff like that. It was weird. People, I mean, and this still happens today. People are, like, kicked out of their families, kicked out of their... I mean, this was a time that people were being fired. Like, we're going back to that. I think that's kind of one of the scariest things for me about being 53 years old and all the things that we're seeing change in the world right now, specifically in the United States, is that it's not just like this philosophical conversation of how far we've come and how far we've worked for rights and all. That all is important. It's a scary thing to me that I have friends, I mean, when I think about this today, my friend that, like, took his life, my friend Duke, years and years and years ago, that, am I getting a package? I just ordered all this underwear. Oh my God. Remember I said I was going to order that plaid underwear? I don't think this could be it, though, because I just got the email about it. Is this me? Am I getting a package? It's the UPS guy, which Tony calls Epps guy. But, I don't know what else it could be. I haven't ordered anything else. Oh my God, by the way, those jeans that I bought, those jeans and those pants, they all fit perfectly. Is this for me? No, it's going to the neighbor's house. I wore the jeans, one pair of the jeans to New Year's, but I tried them all on. They all fit fantastically. I'm so excited, but from Buffalo. And I got them all half price. This underwear that I bought online, it's from this brand. I think it's called like Fahrenheit or something like that. They're out of New York. I'm like pointing to this like this is my underwear. I wish it was. Because I got like the brief trunks. Not boxer briefs, because I don't like them when they come down that low. But like the trunks. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're kind of like a little bit like lower on your thigh than the briefs. Because I don't like briefs either. Like Calvin Klein briefs I'll wear, but I don't like, you know, the brief. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. I like them on other people. I don't like them on me. So I got this, but I got plaid ones. You guys, they were all on sale. I've gotten so much stuff on sale. Like when I look at stuff, if it's not on sale, I don't buy it. I just don't. This coat is the only thing full price I think I bought this year. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, Caroline now don't like her purse. She wants to take it back. I said, girl, I saved the receipt because I knew you'd say that. She was like, are you mad at me? I said, no. I want you to have something that you enjoy. I could care less. She's like, okay, we're going to do that on Wednesday. I forgot we have to do that on Wednesday. But anyway, it's like, for me, some of it's like, I can remember my friend getting fired and like them looking at him and he said, he worked for the security company and he was like, he was devastated by it. He loved working there. And like, he got a new supervisor and he was like, this is not going to be good. And it was like this guy and the guy was like, hyper Christian, and I can remember him being like, this is not going to be good. Like, this guy does not like me. I can tell he doesn't like me because I'm gay. He literally walked in and got fired. And we lived in at that time, I don't really know the rules now, but it was a no-fault state. So, like, as far as termination, they didn't have to give him a reason. So, you could fire somebody for being gay, like, and there was no discrimination laws. Like, and we're going back to some of that, and just all this stuff that I see, like, it's not even so much the 50 steps back that we're taking. It's just like, it almost kind of seems surreal to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I see a lot of people online talking about now, like, being afraid of, like, going to their family members and talking to them about their relationships and stuff like that. I mean, I lived that. I didn't live it, but I had friends of mine that, like, I have a very, very good friend of mine, who I've known for a very long time. Very successful, very educated, very successful. Family, small town, very religious. And they told him, they said, we can accept that you're gay, but don't ever bring anybody home to our house. He is married, okay? And has been married for like 15 years. And he has had 2 previous partners. And would go home for Christmas and would never bring his partner. He has never brought a partner. He's been married for 15 years. Never brought a partner to his... He asked me years ago what I would do. I said, I'd never go home again. Period. End of story. I know, but what about... I said, no, I would never go home again. And that's the whole idea of family of choice versus family of option, or family of choice versus family of origin, you know? And thankfully, I didn't have to face that. Maybe, you know, and I did say that to him. I said, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it's like to walk in your experience. But, like, where I'm at today, I think I was, like, 40 at the time. I was, like, where I'm at 40 today, like... His parents had said some very nasty things. His parents are still alive, you know, they're in their 90s or whatever. Said some very nasty things to him. Like, we can accept your disgusting lifestyle, but we'll never I mean, very crass things. It wasn't just the fact that they couldn't accept that he was gay, or that it didn't align with their religiosity or their spiritual beliefs. Okay, I could probably get past that. It was the language that they used. They saw him as something disgusting. I don't know, like... I'm so grateful that my parents were so loving and accepting of me. You know, I look back on it, like, my mom was she's very liberal, very loving, all that kind of stuff. I think very scared for me. She even told me that. But as far as, like, acceptance of just, like, really no questions, like, it just is what it is, my dad was and has always been 100%. Just 100%. Like... I mean, if he were sitting here right now, he'd be like, I always knew Peter was going to be gay. Like, I knew that from a very young age, you know, and has always been my biggest defender and things like that. Walked me down the aisle at my wedding. Alex's mom walked him down the aisle at our wedding. I don't know. They've always you know, embraced Alex. They love him. They loved my exes. I feel so blessed. You know, I just feel so blessed. Anyway, that all comes from Christmas Corpse. But I loved how she did it in there. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I can remember like years ago, you know, there would always be like, before somebody would ask me like, are you in a relationship? They'd say like, we had to have the conversation like, are you gay? I mean, I remember that. Like, how am I going to have a conversation with somebody and tell them I'm gay so I can explain to them I have a boyfriend? You know, and I remember I can't remember where this happened, but they just like straight up, they were like, do you have a boy? Like, something about, why didn't I ever talk about my boyfriend? They didn't even, like, we like skipped over the whole conversation. And I loved it. It was just like, can we just be, like Caroline said to me years ago, she said something about like, the camera stopped. I didn't even know I was anywhere near an hour. She said something about like, I said something about coming out, and she said, do people still do that? And I was like, yeah, Caroline. And she was like, well, I don't really understand it. Because Caroline has friends that are gay and lesbian and things like that and trans. And she's like, I don't really understand the need for it today. I said, because you live in a very like protected world where myself and other people that have lived that experience, like your mom and dad were very accepting and loving and kind to me. Like there are people out there that the whole process of coming out is completely different for them. And I remember like recommending some movies to her and stuff like that, and she just kind of opened her eyes. It's interesting because when I was like, I remember when David was younger, Caroline took David to like some Pride Day festivals and stuff like that. And somebody just asked me the other day, I don't know which video it was on, but they were like, something about like, why do Pride Day festivals and parades have to be so sexualized? Which I think is a conversation that comes up quite a bit. I don't know. Is it any different than 15-year-old girls in dance outfits and cheerleading outfits walking down the street kicking their legs up? I mean, in reality, is it really in a 4th of July Day parade? I don't really know. Like, you know, here's the thing. I've been to my fair share of Pride parades and Pride festivals, and I've seen everything in Pride parades from men in leather straps to, you know, lesbians on motorcycles to grandmothers, you know, wearing banners, parents in P-flag, to children walking down there, to all different kinds of things. The parades I've seen, the parade in Indianapolis, the parade in Denver, the parade in Chicago, the parades that I've been to, specifically the parades, I wouldn't say are overly sexualized. Is there a float or two that's like an absolute float that has like half-dressed guys in it? Yeah, that was on Vanderpump Rules. I show that on Vanderpump Rules. The festivals, you know, usually the entertainment is like somebody like from back in the day, you know, Deborah Cox or somebody, and a lot of like the RuPaul's Drag Race girls. Do I think that there's a lot of like, I mean, I think sometimes what you see online is more of like the San Francisco, like, what's it called? Why can't I think of it? Where it's kind of like the BDSM, like, what's that called? Why can't I think of what that's called in San Francisco? It's not necessarily just a Pride Day thing. The Pride Day Festival in Indiana, like, if you walk through it, it kind of looks like a small town festival, but very gay, like rainbow flags. No, truly it does. Don't call me Truly Brown. It really does. The Indianapolis one does. When I went to Denver's Pride Day like 3 years in a row, it was very similar to that. Chicago's is more of a party, like a party in the streets. And I would say it's more like guys in Speedos and dressed, like shirts off and stuff like that. I think part of that is just the freedom of, we're going to be whoever we want to be. I think we want to focus in sometimes more on the people in Speedos and no shirts, but that's how they identify, and they want to be other than maybe the 60-year-old couple that's been together for 40 years and they're just walking in cargo shorts and, you know, 2 rainbow t-shirts. That's not sexualized, or is it? That's just how they're comfortable expressing their pride, and maybe that's how somebody else is comfortable expressing theirs. I don't know. There was a period in my life where I kind of judged it, and I was kind of like, oh, it's so much drinking and whatever. I'm just like, listen, I have been to so many Pride Day things. I'm like, be whoever you want to be, have as much fun of it as you want to, as long as you're not hurting anybody. That's how I feel about it. It's all about expressing pride and freedom and things like that. You know, it's like, you know, Janelle Brown yesterday got her spiritual release in Sister Wives. I know this is a weird analogy, okay? But she was talking about when she walked out of the church, that she said in there, I am free, I am free, I am free. And that what she realized was that she didn't really know how much she needed it until after it was over. And that she realized that after it was done, like, it was something that had meant something to her for a long time, and it would have carried with her if she hadn't done it. I think that's a lot of what coming out is about, and Pride Day festivals, and just being around people that are like you, even if it's just in the sense of who you're attracted to. And there's a lot of division within the LGBTQI plus community, a lot. There's a lot I don't agree with. There's a lot of other people don't agree with. You know, there's all kinds of isms within the LGBTQI plus community. I think back in the day, I mean, one of the only positives I think that ever came out of the AIDS crisis is that it brought many of us together, you know? And I think it's so divided today. But I think, like, the coming out experience and a lot of that is the festivals and whatever is like, I am free. For once in my life, I can be who I want to be. I don't have to hide in the shadows anymore. And I think that that's, you know, something that you don't really understand until you've experienced it with whatever marginalized community you're in, you know? So anyway, let me read to you my other Kindle books, because this is going to start flashing at me any second. Okay, so I'm reading the Mona Marple's book, Christmas Corpse. I love it. It's not cheap. I think some people think it's cheesy. I don't think it's cheesy. The thing is that she kind of almost like, she has the ability, the author, who is it by? She's so fantastic, Mona Marple. It's like, the joke is so corny that she knows to laugh at herself. Does that make sense? Like, she's such a fantastic writer. I can't believe these books are not more well known, because she almost knows it's such a corny concept that she laughs at herself at the right, like the author laughs at her own writing at the, like, the jokes are so corny Christmas that they're like, like, even like this one guy's name in there, like, so they're always asking for hot chocolate, and like the jail is not really a jail, it's really like a hotel, but they don't have hotels. It's really she makes fun of it. You can tell the author is getting a kick out of it too, which I love. Okay, so last night I got this new book. These are all on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Last Mom Standing. I'm loving this book. Okay, it's by Mary Jane Owen. I think it's book one of two books, okay? And it is about this mom that lived in Washington, D.C. Her husband, she got divorced, and he left her for a younger woman. Now she moved her teenage daughter and her 10-year-old daughter, Hillary, and what's the other girl's name? I can't remember, but the teenager's pissed about being in the country. This country house out in the, they got chickens. But I'm not to the part yet, because she just talks about, she walked by the TV and she saw about this viral outbreak. It reads like a cozy book, but it's going to be a zombie apocalypse book. And she has to fight off these zombies while keeping her kids alive and food in the house and stuff like that. Then I'm reading Wreckage Road, which is by Barbara Barker, and it's book one. I think there's 3 books in the series. And it is, I mean, like, I'm only at 10% of that, 6% of the other one. Like, I'm like a chapter a night on these. And that is about the tsunami and the earthquakes in Oregon. It is fantastic. I love it. Now, these apocalyptic books, they are a dime a dozen. Who is that? How do I know that number? They are a dime a dozen. So, if I'm going to recommend it, I will tell you, like, some of them are bad. The Kyla Stone ones, Edge of Collapse and Nuclear Dawn, Edge of Collapse is the best, are so good. So many of you recommended those to me, and I'm so thankful. Okay, Monument 14, I can't see who it's by. I could pull it up. This is the one where the hailstorm and then the kids. About this book. Emily Laybourne. It's okay. It was recommended because of the Susan Beth Pfeffer books, Life as We Knew It. It's okay. It's a slow read for me. And then Zombie Fallout by Mark Tufo. Outside the Room by Blake Pierce is book one in like 40 books. It's not an apocalyptic book. It's a mystery about Isla Rivers, and she moves to Minnesota. I actually really like that. And then Ashfall, I haven't started. Broken, Stacey Upton and Mike Krause. That's supposed to be a really good one. Fortune Falls by Lou Vane is like 4 books. They're calling it like the next... Well, all these are like free on Kindle Unlimited, but everybody's comparing it to like Divergent, Hunger Games, I don't know. Waking Up in Vegas by J.E. Rowney. She's the one that wrote that Xmas Break that Nikki and I joke about, but this is about 3 women on a bachelorette trip to Vegas. It's supposed to be, okay. Nation Without Power by Robert Walker. Ready, Set, Chaos by Harley Tate. The Immune by David Kazin. Wake Me After the Apocalypse by Jordan Rivet. Neighborhood Watch. Oh, that's the other one that I'm reading. By somebody Isherwood. I actually like that one. That's the one that takes place in Florida. Now, the other one somebody said This was like one of the very first famous apocalyptic books from the last, like, I would say 20 years. It's called 1 Second After. And actually, like, the Senate floor spokesperson or whatever wrote the intro for it. It's like exactly what would really happen if it's real famous. If a electronic magnetic pulse actually happened. And I listened to it on Audible when it first came out. Or maybe I think I listened to it on Audible. God, it might have been like on CD or something. I loved it. Oh, Fortune is by its name. Fortchen. Richard or Robert Fortune. But there's like 4 or 5 of them in the series. That's the only one I've read. They're so good. Okay, so it takes out everything, things you wouldn't even think about, like people's pacemakers, refrigerators, that there's no electricity for refrigerators, so how do people like keep their medication, like insulin? I mean, it is like crazy what this guy thinks about in this book. And so fantastic. It's sad, but fantastically done. Somebody mentioned it the other day, maybe on the vlog, I can't remember. They said they're going to read 1 Second After. I think I still have it on Audible, or I re-downloaded it or something. I don't remember how I listened to it. I think I'm going to listen to it again and start that series over, because I loved that book. That book was so good. And it was kind of like mainstream apocalyptic. Like a lot of these apocalyptic books are like, they feel like survivalist books, which I kind of love about it. But that one was really like, what would really happen? Like, he worked at a university, and like he lived in a small town. If I remember correct, there's a university, because he goes to university at one point, and the cars all just die in the interstate. Because any cars made after a certain period, you see these in all these shows now, but this was like the first time that, I think like that might have been the very first, I'm sure it wasn't the very first, but it was one of the first ones. It was the first one that got attention like that. So anyway, I'll probably I'm gonna listen to that one again. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here now, go inside, I gotta get my walk. It's so dark now, look. It'll probably still show up as light. Oh no, it's not, it's dark. So I'm getting my walk started in the dark, but it's still really nice out, temperature-wise. I've been doing some longer vlogs over here the last since January 1st. Hour 31 minutes yesterday, hour and 27 minutes. This one's, what, probably an hour 10 or 11 minutes, I can't see. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. Ooh, look at the candles, they made it. The candle trio made it. Love it, so pretty. Well, first I'm gonna take the dogs out, and then I like to look on the street and see the candles lit, and then I'll blow them out. Oh, duh! Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday, fantastic beginning to your week. If nobody else has told you this today, I'm hoping they'll walk by so I can do this. Hey, how are you?
Good. Who are you talking about today?
You! I was saying you were waving like this before.
We want to be on your podcast one time.
Okay. Have a nice walk. I'll see you out there in a couple minutes. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys, that was the one that was like this. She wants to be on my podcast sometime. I don't have a podcast. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. If Walter is right there wagging his tail, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and of course I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.